The Principle of Emergent Innovation, What America Gets Right. Introduction. In a world defined by uncertainty, the difference between failure and breakthrough rarely comes down to intelligence, resources, or even luck. It comes down to movement. Some societies attempt to solve the unknown before acting. Others step into the unknown and let the answers emerge. The United States falls decisively into the latter category, and this cultural instinct to move, to try, to iterate is a core reason for its outsized innovation record. This exposition presents a simple but powerful idea, the principle of emergent innovation. It states that meaningful progress happens not by predicting the future, but by discovering it, one action at a time, while pooling risk so that the inevitable failures do not overwhelm the system. America's success is not accidental. It is the predictable outcome of a society committed to movement over certainty. 2. The concept of emergent reality. The foundation of emergent innovation is the idea of emergent reality, the principle that the path forward only reveals itself through action. You cannot think your way to certainty in an uncertain environment. You cannot plan your way around the unknown. The only way to see the next step is to take the first one. This mirrors the deeper logic of a universe that builds itself along our trajectory. The terrain ahead is not fully mapped. It emerges as we move. Entrepreneurs, explorers, and innovators operate at the edge of that emergence. Their success depends on how often they are willing to step forward without the guarantee of solid ground. Where planning stops revealing useful information, action begins generating it. And this is where innovation truly happens. 3. Action versus analysis. The core tension. Every entrepreneur faces a moment of paralysis, the belief that one more spreadsheet, one more scenario, one more contingency plan will deliver certainty. But deep uncertainty cannot be defeated with deeper analysis. It requires a shift from prediction to exploration. Planning is useful only to the point where it helps you take the first step. After that, reality must be discovered, not calculated. This is the core tension. Movers discover. Thinkers wait. The innovators who succeed are those who accept the limits of foresight and embrace the discipline of motion. IFE, America's cultural advantage. Swinging more often here lies America's true strength. The United States does not innovate because it is inherently smarter. It innovates because it swings more often. Failure is not a stigma. It is a rite of passage. Speed is valued more than perfection. Iteration is seen as the natural process of discovery. Capital flows toward experiments, not guarantees. After the dot-com crash, other regions retreated. America doubled down. And from the ashes came Amazon, Google's expansion, Facebook, YouTube, Uber, Airbnb, and an entirely new generation of internet-native companies. In a probabilistic world, the society that takes more shots produces more stars. That is the batting average effect. America wins not because its aim is perfect, but because it takes more swings. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. Europe's structural disadvantage, solving the unknown in advance. Europe offers the counterexample, a region engineered around precaution rather than exploration. Regulation precedes experimentation. Analysis precedes action. Cultural norms elevate safety and certainty over discovery and iteration. The result is predictable. Fewer experiments, slower cycles, fewer breakthrough successes. Europe has produced a handful of standout companies, Nokia, Spotify, SAP, but its innovation engine lacks the systematic explosiveness of America's venture ecosystem. While the United States moves through the unknown, Europe tries to solve it from a distance. And in an emergent world, that strategy simply does not work. Section 6. The venture capital engine, risk pooling at scale. The United States venture ecosystem is the institutional embodiment of the principle of emergent innovation. It recognizes a fundamental truth. Most experiments fail, but the rare successes pay for everything. Venture capital spreads risk across portfolios, just as Bitcoin mining pools spread hash rate across participants. The logic is identical. Many small bets, a few massive winners. Losses absorbed collectively. Rewards shared, exploration sustained. This system transforms uncertainty from a threat into a tailwind. It encourages risk-taking, accelerates discovery, and ensures that failure is treated not as a dead end, but as a cost of doing business in an emergent universe. 7. Intent, commitment, and the physics of success. Action only works when paired with something deeper: intent. The legal concept of mens rea, the mental state behind an action, draws a perfect parallel. Intent determines direction. Commitment sustains momentum. Success is not random. It follows a formula. Intent times action times persistence times time equals breakthrough. Humans have limited energy, limited time, limited cognitive bandwidth. To succeed, you must funnel your finite resources into motion, not infinite contemplation. The universe rewards the mover because reality emerges for the mover. Section 8. Global Implications. A world moving toward emergent innovation. As uncertainty deepens, geopolitically, technologically, economically, every country faces a choice: adopt the principle of emergent innovation or fall behind. Nations that build venture ecosystems, incubator networks, and risk pooling systems will unleash a wave of discovery. Those that cling to old models of certainty and control will stagnate. The next century of progress will not belong to the largest economies, but to the fastest experimenters. In the world that is coming, iteration speed becomes the true competitive advantage. Section 9. Conclusion. The principle of emergent innovation explains not only how progress happens, but why America has led it. The United States succeeds because it moves. It experiments. It tolerates failure. It spreads risk. It embraces the unknown rather than trying to eliminate it. In an uncertain world, innovation belongs to the societies and individuals who are willing to take the first step without knowing where the second will lead. The future is emergent, and it belongs to the movers.